Hello, most definitely welcome to another exciting edition of the program. This is Counter Diary. Counter Diary, we are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. I want to say thanks to all of my return viewers who are always coming out there to watch the videos that I put out there. Today, we are staying in Maryland County, and to be precise, we are in Harper. And guess where I am right now? This place is called Tottenham Beach, but the original area is actually the Amish Sanctuary right here in Maryland County. And Maryland was a country by itself when Liberia got its independence in 1847. 10 years later, Maryland joined Liberia. But then in the process of joining Liberia, there was something we call signature, right? They had to sign an agreement at the time, the governor of this area or the president of Maryland at the time, to say, yes, we've agreed now to be under Liberia. And guess what? There is a monument in honor of that particular signature. And we're going to go out there. We have already, here we have somebody there that's going to be telling us more about this area. So come with me. This is Counter Diary. We're telling you the untold stories of Liberia. And we're just moving up. So let me move closer and then I'll walk up. And when you come here, it's very beautiful. You can see this area. This area is very, very beautiful. How the place looks like, like you're in a very serene environment. And then the beach is being built. And I like the area. Like I said, I love this area. But let me just bring you to the other side. On the other side, you can see the man over there, former city mayor of Harper. Mr. Brown is there. And then you have this place. So when you enter, what you see is this. They say the Maryland Amish Centenary, right? Monument. The Centenary Monument is right here. And I see somebody on the other side, and we're going to be talking to him shortly. This is the former development superintendent. How are you, sir?
Yeah, it's a pleasure in meeting you.
Okay, so my name is Emmanuel Kotu, and those watching me want to know you.
I'm always Nathaniel Nesto Jr.
Okay, Mr. To. We are, yeah, I see a lot of things here. Members of the Centenary Mission, 1957. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of your county, Maryland County.
Maryland is an old county. Maryland was once an independent state. If you did an analysis, if you did a historical analysis of our country, it goes back to after 1448 to 1458.
Wow.
When Diego Gomez, a Portuguese, sailed along the coast of what is named today Cape Palmas. When he arrived, he saw up the cape, he saw palm. And he named the place Cape Palmas, Cape de Palmas.
Cape de Palmas, right?
Cape de Palmas.
Portuguese.
Yeah, a Portuguese by the name Diego Gomez, who was the first that came to this place. By 1502, the name Cape Palmas for the first time surfaced in a world map in Italy.
Okay.
It was Diego Gomez who also drove along this way with a boat and named the place, named this river Rio de Cape Palmas. Cape Palmas River, but it was later changed to Hoffman River. But the original name was Rio de Cape Palmas.
You said what's the first name?
Rio de Cape Palmas.
And then how do you call it now?
Today it's Hoffman. It's Hoffman River.
Hoffman River. Why is it called Hoffman River?
Yes, it was named after Hoffman. General Hoffman.
Okay.
So after Diego Gomez story, then came. Maryland have a very rich history. February 22, 1834, Dr. James Horst landed on this shore and established what was still Maryland in Africa. Okay. Maryland in Africa became a state later. But when they came, they met some people on the ground.
So that's what I want to know about. Why we just staying, we just want to stay a little bit so that we talk. When he came, before the arrival of the Portuguese and that of, how do you call him, the one who called this place Maryland in Africa, what name was this place called?
Look, I said Cape de Palmas.
No, I mean before the Cape de Palmas.
Harper was not inhabited.
Okay.
Harper, where we are, was not inhabited. But other areas were inhabited. Harper, the very first, when Diego Gomez arrived, he went, what he did, after he named the place, he went near the Cavala River. The Cavala River. He met the Babos and the Blairis. Those were the two group of people that Diego Gomez met.
But Bablo, they are in Cote d'Ivoire.
They are in present day Cote d'Ivoire. When you cross the Cavala River, the group you call the Babos there, they were the people that Diego Gomez met.
Oh, okay.
But So Diego Gomez came. The first group of people he encountered was the Bible and the Blackberries. So the Bible today are in present day Ivory Coast. But so follow him before Dr. Hall came. Willie Nimle, a hunter. The Grebo people, the Boer people, we tell them the Boer people who occupy current day Harper. They were originally in Grand Jeda.
Okay.
They were originally in Grand Jeda. If you went to Grand Jeda today, you still find the Boer people there.
Okay.
Okay. They left Grand Jeda as a result of crisis between they and the Gablo. The Gablo people, you go to Grand Jeda today, you find the Gablo people there. As a result of crisis between they and the Gablo people for Piasawa or Panwan. So they left. They left.
Sorry, I have to laugh. Because of power.
Or you call it Piasawa or Panwan. So they left from there and went into where we think present day baby Ivory Coast.
Okay.
They went into Ivory Coast. It was in Ivory Coast that Puri Nimle decided to do hunting.
Puri Nimle was also a Grebo man.
Was also a Boer man, Grebo.
Okay.
Left from baby because the Boer left from Grand Jeda 1699.
1699.
1699. So you see the period from 1699 from 1448, 1458 to 1699. So they left. They went into what is the present day baby. They were in Berebi.
Where Berebi now?
Berebi is in current day Ivory Coast.
Okay.
So they left Liberia. They left Grand Jeda and went
Berebi.
to Berebi. They were in Berebi.
Then one of them decided to hunt.
Okay. One of them decided to hunt. Okay. The hunter name was Puri Nimle. Puri Nimle came across the water and encountered an elephant. He shot the elephant. It is believed that elephant transformed and spoke to him. That's the general belief.
It transformed to what?
Yeah. It transformed into that elephant he shot transformed into a female and spoke to him. It's the belief, that's the historical belief that elephant transformed and told him that this was the designated area and disappeared. Nimle went back to Berebi. Nimle went back to present day Berebi and informed the people, look, informed the people about his encounter. I went to a place, I shot an elephant, ran after the elephant, and this is why I encountered. When Nimle explained his story, the Grebo decided to plan to come. And they organized themselves and made a way with the canoes belonging to the group that they were stopping with. The group at the time were referred to as, they used to refer to
so
as
they took the people canoe.
They took the people canoe. So the people are referred to as, they call them the Muni Kwe. That's how they call them. Muni mean Basa, but that the other are too. So they called the group the Muni Kwe. They took their canoe and came. When they took their canoe and came, that's how the Grebos now moved to what is today Maryland County.
Okay, so
when they moved to Maryland County, mind you, they moved to Harper District. But is there other districts in Harper? Of course, yes. People Sorokin District was in Harper. There was a guy by the name. There was a guy by the name Yoplowe. Yoplowe left a place in Grand Creek County called Jonya Galloway. It came into what the state Sedekin today in people Sorokin District to do hunting. Why hunting? Why hunting? There was a place he used to rest. There was a rock and place he used to rest. The place he used to rest, they used to refer to it as Shawureke. Shawureke in Grebo means the rock you used to rest on.
Shawureke, and that's why you have Sedekin.
Sedekin. Okay. So the guy used to rest. So I mean, in current day refugee, the Ketiabo people and the people from Glia used to be at war. So they prayed to the gods for a hero. This guy was born by the name Piriplo. Piriplo fought all the war on behalf of the Ketiabo people and defeated the Glaro Aceros war. But every time he was at rest and a baby cried, he beat that baby to death.
Wow. Every
time he was at rest and a lady was called panting, harassed,
he would beat them
to death. So the people decided to run away from him. That's how they made their way from current day River Bear and came into Pribo, Sorokin District, Sedekin. When they came, they met the guy and family. They said, we found somebody. He said, no. If you found somebody, show me your fire. They could not show fire. and he showed fire her. So that's why Sedekin today is the first. He showed fire her. That's why Sedekin today became the first city, the first place, the first town in Maryland County. So your people were family,
Mm.
and
I want to get this right. Yoplo, they say the same Grebo people.
your people were came from Galloway.
Okay.
He's a Grebo too, but from Grand Crew. But if you do your research on them too, they have a migration line from Grand Jede, the Galloway group.
Oh, okay.
So that's how the Ketiebo family and the Galloway family established a tribe today in Plibo Solukan district called Nyambo me, first to arrive.
All right, so for those of you watching all the counter diary, we are telling you the untold story about Abira, and we are speaking to Mr. Nathaniel. He's giving us a history about Maryland County, and we will be moving on. Because I know you guys are like, wow, this is what I said. We need to move outside of Maserati County, get to the county, know the history of this county, then we begin to appreciate. But all that he said, that key things are pick up. The people in Maryland, Grebo, Cran, Crew, Bassa, because he made mention of some group called Muniwed from they be also Bassa people. They get Bassa lineage, they get Crew lineage, they get Grebo lineage. So I see why all of you guys are the same group.
So if you even go to that, in Grand Cess today, what they call Grand Cess, when May and his people left Bedebi, the group that left in Bedebi that came later, they call them Selewe, which that in Grand Cess there today. They are not Crew. Technically, they are Grebo, but they can't eat it because of the proximity. Because of the proximity, they were between Crew and Grebo. That's how today you see them call them. They call them the Crew, but that's what Sedeke mean. The people who left back, the group that left back. So that's why if you went to Grand Cess, if you came from Grand Cess, you don't need to look. You just got a big time look for your quarter. So the same quarter in Grand Cess, those same quarters are those quarters here because originally they are the same people. So,
all right. So now we've gotten the background. Let's get to the coming of the people from the U.S. to where we call Maryland.
Yes, 1806, slavery. 1808, it says in Great Britain they abrogated slave trade. But 1807 to 1806 in the United States, they passed the act. The American Colonization Society was founded. But before the American Colonization was founded, 1803 there was this Haiti crisis that led to the atrocity of lot of works in Haiti. The first black state was established. It created some fear among the works in the United States. Even though when people are doing presentation, they will not tell you that fear dynamites the establishment of the ACS. But the Haiti crisis and the crisis in the 10th revolution in the United States was the key basis for the establishment of the ACS. The Maryland Colonization Society was established. The Maryland Colonization Society came and landed on the show with Dr. James Hall. Dr. James Hall was the one who led the Maryland, led the group from the Maryland Colonization Society, from the Maryland State. And they established, he arrived on this show 30 February 1834 and established what is today the present-day Maryland. Maryland became an independent state and was the fourth to recognize Liberia. Maryland and Denmark recognized Liberia the same day.
Okay, so Maryland and Denmark recognized the independence of Liberia on the same day.
So Maryland relinquished her sovereignty and joined Liberia in 1857. If you look up here, when you see us celebrating our centennial, it's a result of the 1857. In 1857, Maryland joined Liberia. It was during President Stephen. It was during President Stephen Allen Benson time when Maryland joined Liberia.
Okay, so that's why you have this.
Yeah. So Stephen Allen Benson time, Maryland joined Liberia. 1857. So 1957 made Maryland relationship with Liberia 100 years.
Okay.
100 years. During the 100 years, when Maryland was celebrating her centennial, Maryland 100 years of existence with Liberia since we joined Liberia. So the 100 years, President Tom William who is a son of this great country, was president of Liberia.
Okay.
So that's why you see
The two of them.
these two photos here.
All right. So one thing I want to know is that we stay here at the Maryland Admission Centenary, and we have this one. What is this? What
Look, when our
you
returned
just can
brothers,
record the microphone.
when our returned brothers arrived, I explained the story of Purime.
Yeah.
He came from Grand Jeda, he went into Bedebi, and he arrived here now by in the 1700s. So when our returned brothers arrived, make no mistake, our brothers who arrived will always remain our brothers. Because if you read history will tell you it was not at their comfort that their parents were taken to the United States. 1527 in present day in Dahomey, which is present day Benin. Chief King Agapo went down a slave camp in present day Benin. So in the same March, about 100 persons were traveling, they were taken into slavery. About 100 persons jumped in the sea, they attempted committing suicide, and only 33 they were able to rescue. It is an indication that it was not their way and pleasure for their parents to be taken into slavery. Their parents were taken into slavery, that are the way and pleasure. So when they arrived, did they meet people on the ground? Yes.
Okay.
They met people on the ground. When they arrived, they met people on the ground. Did they open their arms to them? Of course, they open their arms to them. Of course, they open their arms to them.
So I see Pama.
Penyima, yeah, Pama Penyima.
Penyima.
Yeah, Pama Penyima was the chief of Buffalo. These were the leaders, Buffalo, and Wabodo. These, on the side, you see our retained brothers.
So they got a James Hill,
Dr. James Hill, who led them, Reverend James Higley, you get James M. Thompson, you had Governor Magay, you got Magay, you have Anthony Woods, Anthony Woods. So they met their brothers, they met their retained brothers. I don't like to say because if you went into the biological chemistry, historically they were never from the United States.
Okay.
If you went into the biological chemistry, you will come to realize that their parents were not taking at their will and pleasure to the United States. So when they returned, their brothers were open. Their brothers were open to receive them. So on February 22, their brothers openly received them, accepted them, and all of them live here as Marylanders.
Okay, so that's what today we have Maryland. But before we're about to close up on this interview with you, particular area while we're talking about the Maryland Admission Centenary. How this place became Harper City? What's the history?
It was named after Dr. Robert Goodey Harper. You know, Robert Goodey Harper from the United States. It was named after him. He was one of those who were, you know, the same way Morovia was named after President James Monroe. Monroe was.
So, but what exactly Harper did for this year before they named the place after him?
No, it was named after he was one of those guys who were one of those guys who was involved. Okay. But he was not a panelist. He was not. He was not. So if you did an analysis, you come to realize like this place, you get South Baltimore, Maryland, the same way you get South Baltimore in the United States, you get West Baltimore. So if you did an analysis, I told you, so the need Palmers remain. The need Palmers, the need kept the Palmers, but you want to take it from Portuguese. That's why you say Palmers the American way. That's why you see a lot of people hailing like me. Anytime I write a letter, I put Harper Palmers. Palmers is the same as Harper. I'm sure you don't know.
Harper is the same as
Harper.
But I was thinking it was just this small Cape down
there. No. Harper Cape Palmers. Cape de Palmers.
Okay.
Cape de Palmers. It means he met Palm. He saw Palm. Diego Gomez saw Palm. So all those who came here, they retained brothers and sisters. King on the vessel, right? They put him there, family, king on the canoe. So when Purime came, what happened? You need to know the other part of history. When Purime came, the Muni people got vexed.
So this is where you have the canoe on his side.
Yeah. When Purime came, the Muni people in Bedebi, they got vexed. So they decided the hero at the time, his name was Pidiplo, and his deputy name was Kwa Sierekwa. So they decided to lead a troop also into, they left Ivory Coast and led a troop into present-day Harper. When they got to Rocktown, where you see that place, if you went to Rocktown, you will see the footprint of Kubake when the be general, traditional general. When he entered that place, if you went there, his footprint is still there on the rock. Wow. The people had to go into present day Galloway. They went into present day Galloway where they were until 1701. They returned. They returned from Galloway 1701. One group sat into Ragtown that they call Takedo, and other group moved back to Harper. Harper is simply called, when you look at Benolu, the Congress, the place that everybody, the assembly, Benolu, they established. Take, when they came from Galloway, the first place they stopped before they came back to Harper was Take. When they came from Belebi initially, they had to enter present, they were up here. Tewelu. So, I mean, that's the history of Harper, but you need to,
yeah,
that's the history of Harper and Pribo. You need ask, Harper and Pribo don't really like Kalo. You get Kalo district and Baroba district.
That's what I get. So really,
the district where I'm from.
Okay, so we have to come back. I want to say thank you so much for giving us a background of this area. And they say the full name again, Mr. Nathaniel.
I'm always Nathaniel Esto Jr.
Okay, Mr. Cho, thank you so much. All right, so for those of you watching us, we're going to give you an overhead shot of this area. But like I always say, you need to leave the comfort of Monrovia to come to this county so that you talk to the people, then you're able to answer the questions as to where we come from, where we're going. All right? So we are here in Maryland County, and today I've learned a lot from Mr. To, who's the former development superintendent of Maryland County. It's just so rich culture that we have in this country. I don't know why we can fight each other, especially for the other people, but when you really listen to the explanation, we are just one group of people. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. If you enjoy watching this video, probably on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are watching us on Boss TV, if you're watching us on KMTV, I want to say thank you so much. Keep following. We got more history about Harper City. We're going to bring you all right here. Keep watching.